Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Amy from Neurotic Mom Bakes and I love cake decorating day. Today is a cake tutorial that is so much fun. I'm going a little bit outside of what I normally do here on YouTube, and we're gonna make this really fun yet totally doable puppy dog novelty cake. It's so cute, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it, walk you through step by step so that you can make this adorable little puppy dog cake. What you're gonna need is just a few basic tools. You set up, if you've seen my other cake tutorials, you set up just like normal. I like to use masking tape to hold my cake board down. And I have, for this cake, I'm using 3 4-inch rounds. They can be any flavor. And then for the fur, I mean, think about all the colors that little puppies are. I mean, they can be white, they can be brown, they can be tan, they can be black. For today's, because these are banana flavored cake layers, I have peanut butter frosting because number one, it goes with the banana flavor, but it's the perfect color for a little tan puppy dog. I have that, and then I have a little bit lighter color, and you'll see why. And then I'm using this tip. It's the 233. It's the little grass, I call it the grass tip because there's like 10 or 11 holes in there to make the fur. So you need 2 of those for the 2 different colors. And then just some other little odd things that I'll explain as we go along. So let's start first by stacking our cake. So I have the buttercream in the piping bag, but then I also just have some buttercream ready to go to crumb coat and stack my cake. And the first thing I'm gonna do is just spread a little bit in the center just to kind of anchor it down. And I always pop this in the freezer for about 3 minutes just to make sure it stays anchored. Okay, now it's been in the freezer. We're just gonna go ahead and stack this. Just a layer of buttercream. Line up your cake layer and repeat. Don't forget the top layer we always turn upside down. It's a little uneven, so I'm gonna put a little extra right there just to even it out. Okay, and then go ahead and do your crumb coat. Both recipes for my banana cake layers and my peanut butter buttercream, they are both here on my YouTube, and I will link them in the description box. You know, you could totally do this with Oreo buttercream. That'd be like a cute little gray-brown puppy. That'd be so cute, and it would taste so good. You're gonna cover this all in fur, so you do not need to have this perfect. All right, let's get my cake scraper. Fill in any large gaps. Okay, like I said, it does not need to be even close to perfectly smooth. Mine certainly isn't. Let's just go around one more time because this will all be covered. There we go, perfect. Just get my offset spatula and level the top here. And then you want to freeze this for a good half an hour because we're gonna turn this on its side and you're gonna need to be able to handle it. So it needs to be completely frozen. That's gonna go in the freezer until it's nice and frozen. Okay, this is nice and frozen solid. I'm just gonna clean up my board a little bit. But you need to work kind of quickly because you just don't want that buttercream to thaw at all. Now what we're gonna do is I'm going to cut a little bit of this off. I'm just gonna cut straight down, top to bottom. Make sure it's even. That's good. Okay, now I have a little buttercream handy. I'm gonna lift this up. Scrape this just a little bit down. Put a little dab on. You can clean that up later, just don't worry about it. You just want to get that set there. And you just need to decide where the front, which side you want the front. I like to give a little more space in the front. Oh, this will be my front, I think. And this will be the back. Okay, there we go. Now I'm just gonna finish cleaning up this board. Then I'm gonna get a little bit more of that peanut butter buttercream and just spread it on the bare side. Again, this is gonna be completely covered in fur, so don't worry about it being perfect. That's gonna work. All right, now the fun stuff. Okay, first thing we're gonna do, I always give this a test, and we're just gonna pipe fur in a circle around this face. And then you can just go over any spaces you think needs filling in. Okay, just gonna pop this in the freezer for like 4 minutes just to let it harden up just a bit. Okay, while that is in the freezer, let's make some of the features. So I'm going to make 2 little ears and a tongue using you just need a little tiny bit of fondant. If you didn't have fondant, marshmallows, those work great. I'll get some jumbo marshmallows and kind of cut them into the shape that I need. So you don't always have to have fondant on hand. I don't love working with fondant anyway. It doesn't taste so good. And it dries out really fast. Okay, so we need 2 little ears. I'm just gonna kind of flatten this out. And I'm just gonna kind of eyeball 2 little triangles for ears. And then once I get it roughly the shape that I like, I'll just use that to trace the other ear. A little piece just to shape a tongue. I'm gonna roll it into a ball, and then I'm gonna press my thumb into it, and there's our little tongue. I'm gonna flatten out the top there. I have some pink dust right here, and I'm just gonna kind of fill in the pink centers of the ears. Now that we have that set a little bit, I'm gonna get my lighter color. This is kind of like for the face, the muzzle. Just right at the bottom of this circle, not right in the center, but just below. I'm just gonna pipe a little circle. And then I'm just gonna do like arches of fur. And if it's not symmetrical, just add some more to the top or the bottom to even it out. Perfect. And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna do the same thing for the fur on top here. Until you're happy with the amount there. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna get my black, and right below these arches, I'm going to pipe 2 eyeballs. And then you can either use white buttercream, or I have these tiny little white sprinkles. I'm just gonna put in there. There we go. And then we're gonna give him a little nose. And then right below that, we are going to place the tongue. And on top of that, we're going to place the ears. I mean, how cute is this? And then I'm gonna put it back in the freezer just to kind of let it set. So I made this cake, this same cake last week for my niece's birthday. And this was just my brilliant stroke of genius. So I'm on my way out the door, and two of my kids said they think the dog needs a bow on it. I'm like, Mom, she needs a bow. It has to be a girl puppy. And I had put my fondant away, and I didn't want to get it all back out, so I got 2 pink starbursts, and I microwaved them for just like 10 seconds to soften them up, and then I molded them into a cute pink, tasty, way tastier than fondant, little bow. So this puppy doesn't have to have a bow, but if you want to add one. So I just kind of shaped that square, flattened out one end, and pinched it in the middle a little bit, and then I cut off a little piece to save for like the center piece that goes around. And I did the same thing on the other side, kind of pinched it in the middle, shaped this into a cute little pink bow. There's our little bow. I'm gonna set that aside, and let's get the cake back out. All right, now we're just gonna work on filling in all the fur. I'm gonna start by, you just wanna kind of get this center little piece right here. So I'm just gonna put a little in between the eyes there. And then I'm gonna start on the bottom. And you just keep working around until all that fur is filled in. There we go. I'm just gonna clean up a little bit. Oh, we have to add the 2 best parts, the tail and the bow. All right, this was another stroke of genius that I had. I wanted to do a tail. I was gonna use a marshmallow. I didn't have one, so I grabbed one of these chocolate balls and I just stuck it right on the back. And then I just covered that also. And then finishing touch, cute. Oh, let's get a little dab of buttercream. Cute little bow. So there's our cute little puppy dog cake. And you don't need to be intimidated by these novelty cakes. Hopefully I was able to walk you through step by step, and you can see that just each component builds and builds until you have this. It looks complicated, but it was honestly pretty easy. The hardest part was the piping because my hand is killing me, but I think this little pup turned out pretty cute. So anyway, if you would like to see more cake tutorials like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you here next time.